This is the Air Conservation Commission meeting, High Day 2019. Any changes to the agenda?
No.
Yes.
Yes. Depends on who you ask, I guess.
Just one thing to add. We had already discussed previously about making a request for a town meeting for $30,000 for retreatment the following year. Robert asked that we take a formal vote and then get back to him.
Okay.
He just
And I have that on office updates.
You do.
I do. The retreatment and the
Okay.
town meeting article.
Okay.
And
We take a vote during office updates.
And a conversation about the amount. So.
Okay.
It's added at the end of the agenda after wetlands bylaw.
Discussion of the solitude.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything else? Motion to approve agenda is amended.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Meeting minutes.
We're not going into executive session, right?
Not right now.
So these will have to hold.
Well,
Yep. But I think we are going to go into executive session tonight.
Oh, we are?
Yeah.
It's down there. Okay. Okay. So these will wait till then.
any comments or corrections? Motion to approve minutes is written.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any announcements?
We have some announcements, and they're under your agenda. The most exciting announcement is that the Nashua River has been designated as a wild and scenic river along with the Nissitissit and part of the Squanicook. It was signed into being the other day, and this is the press release from Nashua River Wild and Scenic.
It's exciting, huh?
Very exciting, very, very exciting. There's a really beautiful 2-minute video on the Nashua River Watershed Association website that's little interview clips with Marion and Lucy Wallace, who's the president, and Elizabeth Ainsley Campbell, who is the executive director. It's a beautifully produced little video, so I highly recommend it.
I already had this.
So that's one announcement. The next announcement is about an opportunity to become a water quality monitor for the Nashua River Watershed Association. There's a training coming up that I think I'm going to go to. It looks like the water sampling is once a month from spring through to early fall. I don't think it's a big burdensome sort of situation. And given the trouble we had in the Nonocotius this summer, and that they're not monitoring right at that particular place because of the lush poison ivy, I thought I might try to get the man who discovered the plume to see if he and I could become a team and do the monitoring at that particular spot.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, so there's a training coming up if anyone is interested in that. And then we received this last notice from the Ayer Library. They're putting on a program about living with bears in cooperation with Fish and Wildlife. And the library has asked us to put the word out. The program is going to be here in Great Hall on April 10th in the evening.
6:30 to 8, I think.
Yes.
I'm going to try to go. See if I can bear up to it.
We all got it, if none of us laughed.
Here's how-
Did you ever talk about it? I got it. Is there a time?
You can have
6:30 to 8.
Yes.
It was called 2/3 of a pun, PU.
Oh, I like that. I never heard that before.
Back in my youth.
Yeah. We're hoping she's going to bring a bear.
That should
but-
be interesting,
Yeah, I'd like to go.
Maybe it's
So that's it for announcements.
Okay.
Oh, what?
Any accounts payable?
Yes.
Well, let's see. How much of yours do you have, Jess?
I have my MACC thing that I would like to get reimbursed for,
Okay.
and I have proof of my bill.
Very nice. Well,
From
so we have that one.
Okay.
Were you there?
I'm gonna kill you. Were you? I'm gonna do that to you when yours comes. Payback. But we didn't see Mark there, right?
Even though he drove us. Bob, prove it.
Right, exactly, yeah. Me too.
Oh, I've got a clipboard at home to prove it. The vernal pool clipboard.
definitely a good one.
Yeah.
Really good one.
Okay, so motion to reimburse Ms. Gugino $125 for the MACC conference.
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So I've got Mark's credit card bill.
It is
I
happening.
have his invoice in here.
I'll get it next time.
I have my invoice, but not my credit card bill. I have nothing from John.
My bill just came today, so it's like,
I don't think we got it
Yeah.
well, you know, if you don't get it in within the first 2 weeks, it's
It's flavors.
You sign your own?
yeah.
So the other invoice we have is for Kim Becker's graphic design work.
Okay,
I have on the office updates, the approval of the work order for producing the signs. But it seems like at this point, it would be nice if we could pay her, or at least get it in the pipeline.
yep.
Because I don't think any of that's going to change. So I've got this. I have this. Do you need this?
Do you want me to staple it?
Do you have a stapler?
I do, but I'm going.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
The only thing about this is it says estimate, not invoice. We'll see if it flies.
Okay.
So,
Well, or we could wait. She hasn't been asking.
yeah,
Is she possibly going to charge more than that?
No. Okay.
okay. We'll wait.
It says invoice.
Okay.
Well, I'll do the same thing at work right
Mhm.
now. It's gotta say invoice.
Okay. Good. Well,
Proposal, estimate, that will.
Yeah.
right. That actually makes sense.
Okay, so Our first public hearing is a request for amendment to order of conditions, lot 7 and 8 Littleton Road, DP file 100, 406 and 407.
Good evening. Ouch. My name's John Boardman. I'm a civil engineer with Places Associates. We submitted a request to amend the lot 7 and 8 order of conditions for Littleton Road. I gave you the abutters notification. I do have a revised plan. That's a full-size copy for your file, but I have smaller handouts to save paper. And once I get them passed out, I will go through what they have. If you recall, I was at your last meeting and we talked about this informally. Since then, I forwarded this over to Mark Wetzel, and one of the changes on this is I extended the swale further up the roadway. It's away from the wetlands and out of the buffer zone, but extended it up closer to the existing driveway that comes off the hillside there. He indicated that he's had icing and water flowing onto the road problems there, which may be because that catch basin doesn't work like it's supposed to. But he thought that any water we could pick up and bring down would be better. So that was one change from what I showed you last week and from what we submitted.
Where is that on the plan?
So this is the driveway.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Across the
labeled the
street.
existing driveway, and the red lines are the grading lines, so that shows the limit of the swale.
So this is, the one that's on the board is last week's?
Yep.
So it just went to right here.
So
Instead of,
So
so the
it start-
swale continues up this way.
okay. It used to go just to here.
Yes.
Okay.
And then on this, you can sort of see on the lot 7 and 8, there's a big red fuzzy circle there. That's the actual as-built limits of the rain garden, so it's a little bigger than what was on the original plan. And those dots represent all the evergreens that they planted around the top of it. And you had asked at the last meeting what was going to happen to that area, so I added the notes that are down there in red on the bottom of the plan, just so that everybody's clear at the end of the day what's going to happen here. Rain garden to be removed, area to be leveled, blown and seeded. And then what we'd like to do is there's something just shy of 30 evergreens that they planted pretty close together, actually. So we'd like to keep those on site and replant them basically along the lot line between lot 7 and 8. So that'll give a little definition between the properties to the property owners. And then the remainder of them would go along what's currently out there, the silt fence, along the limit of work on the back of lot 8. And that would sort of delineate the limit of work into the future. The original plan did call for a fence. Mr. Aho is asking that we substitute those plantings for the fence if that's acceptable to the commission. Lot 7 has a chain link fence. I think they must have a dog or something, so they've installed a fence in the back of theirs, but lot 8 would prefer not to. If it's a big issue, we'll put the fence in, but prefer to just do the evergreens.
I don't recall if we required the fence, did we?
What's that?
Did we require the fence, or was that?
I think I put it on the plan originally to delineate the limit of work, so it was shown on the original notice of intent plan that was approved.
Okay.
I don't think it was specifically requested, but I don't recall.
All right. So the existing swale, is it a gravel, dirt type thing? It's not paved?
On the opposite side of the street?
Yeah.
The intent is,
No, what's there now?
right now it's just dirt and some scrub.
Okay.
And actually I stopped and looked at it on my way over tonight. There's a portion of it that already is somewhat swaled. It's just half filled in with debris.
Yeah.
So the idea would be to clean it out, shape it, grade it. I've called out loam and hydroseed so that it would grow back quickly. And then providing stone check dams, I think it's about every 50 feet to slow down the flow, get as much treatment and as much infiltration as we can. But yet get the water all the way down there and get it where it needs to go to.
Yeah. Until next year when it's all poked up and nobody's maintaining it.
That was Mr. Wetzel's question also, but some things are beyond us.
That's right. And are you taking out this existing catch basin?
Yep. Yeah, then just remove that, crush it in place, block the end of what's left of the pipe when they're grading out the swale. And then the catch basin at the other end, they'll clean out and repair, make sure it's functioning as it needs to function to continue to work.
That's the one that's closer to Littleton?
Yep. Yep.
And the one that's at the other end, by the existing driveway, the one that's not working, that's going to be left in place?
That'll be removed. That's the one that'll be removed.
Yep.
Going back to the trees, you're gonna do trees along the line and then basically along here, that's what you're saying?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so along this area between 7 and 8, and then the limit of work at the back of the property, which essentially delineates, so they don't creep into the woods continuously.
Yeah.
What kind of tree is it? Evergreen? I mean, what is it?
They're just, they're arborvitaes or something close to that. They're probably 3.5 feet high. They planted it as screening around the
Giant hole.
around the hole, so they're there. Let's reuse them and get some value out of them.
Yeah.
This seems like it might be a place for some of our new signs on the posts.
Yeah.
Could be. Would you object to that? Couple
of signs. Have you seen the something to teach you in? They're a piece of granite. It's about this big. It's only about 6 inches high. You set on the ground, and then you drive a steel rod through it that actually spreads apart.
All right.
And then on top of that, they put the disc cap, and you can print whatever you want on the disc. So you can print wetland area, limit of lawn, stuff like that. Concord's making us do it on all their projects. They actually go in really quickly and easily, so the developers like them. They're unobtrusive, but they're clearly there, and you can't take them out. I mean, the way the steel rod splits as it goes in and comes out at angles, and you can't pull them out.
How high up off the ground do they go?
They're only like 4 or 5 inches, so it almost looks like a stone bound on a property corner sticking up. I'll send you in the info.
Okay.
So just enough to wreck your lawnmower blade the first time you hit it.
Probably. So sometimes that's less obtrusive than a sign at 4 feet high that you see off your back porch every time.
Yeah.
But if instead of the fence, a couple of signs, that's fine with me, and I'll send you over the info on those as an alternative to use.
We have some really obtrusive signs on the horizon.
But beautifully designed.
Beautifully designed, but vivid.
And out of sight is out of mind, right? So,
Well, that's my thinking, and in Concord that might play.
I just found it, I hadn't used them before, and the developer actually enjoys them because I think they're $40 a piece by the time you order the cap and the rod and the plastic piece, but he said they go in about 5 minutes, and you can't get them out, and he orders them like 50 at a time, and then just bangs them in as he goes. So for them it's a positive, and for you get a marker out of it. So
That's good. Is there any need for erosion control when you're doing the swale?
we can put some hay bales around the catch basin at the bottom end. That's probably a good idea
All right.
if you want to include that as a condition
Yeah.
in case they get a rainstorm mid-process.
How long do you think the work will take to do?
On 2A, I suspect they'll be in and out of there in a day if they can. They don't want to be there any longer than they have to. It's not a substantial amount of work. It's
No, it doesn't seem like that.
and just nobody wants to be working on the roadway or adjacent to the roadway
Yeah.
because they'll need traffic cops and cones and all the mass highway stuff to make it safe, and that costs money and is a headache. So, yeah, I think they'd be in and out of there in a day.
Anything else?
Yeah,
We kind of did, John and I did a as-built.
We did a site walk anticipating as-built, then this happened.
Right.
So
Right.
that was before the snow
Before
got
the
here.
snow, right.
Besides a little trash we picked up, I don't think there were any issues.
No, we were doing micro trash, just,
It's always little pieces of plastic. So,
I would be interested in parceling out the existing shrubbery so that there's enough on that limit of work line so that it looks substantial.
I think there's almost 30 of them out there.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And like I said, they're planted really close together. I would think you could spread them out to 4 feet and easily cover that entire area.
Okay. And then whatever's left can go up the lot line.
Yeah, I think I know the Lot 7 neighbor expressed some interest in that. So if they get 2 more, we'll get 2 more.
Okay.
We'll make it work.
Yeah, right.
And did you say that, I forgot from last time,
Yeah.
you checked the flow on this and everything, and it's not plugged, or it's been...
I was there on my way over tonight, and there's a little water running down the side and going in, and I'm hearing it cascade down, so it's not completely blocked. But one of the things I've noted on there is clean existing structure and pipe is needed. Provide riprap around the inlet, so they're going to need to get in there probably with a back truck.
Okay.
Set the rim if it needs to be reset, whatever.
All right.
And
Thanks for
get it
pointing
cleaned
that
out
out.
and working.
And we do know the water comes out the other end. Have we actually?
I climbed over the other side. It's a really steep bank, and that pipe is either in the water or just set back a little bit from the water. But it's collapsed over, and there's a lot of growth over it, so I couldn't physically see exactly what was going on. I was, if there was water going in and it wasn't backing up, that made me at least feel better. But I think somebody's going to need to get over the other side with either a shovel by hand or at least pull some of the brush out just to open up that other end and double check it. So I think that'll be part of it when they're out there. Probably first maintenance they'll get in a couple of years.
And the last.
Should we make that a condition?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yep.
What are you making as a condition?
Remove vegetation from the outlet or
Clear the outlet.
clear the
Yeah.
outlet
Okay.
Repair
by hand.
by hand,
Yes.
repair is needed.
And that's the outlet
At the pond edge.
here-ish. Yeah, in that
Yeah, up the
void.
side of the road.
Whoever does that's probably going to get their feet wet.
Anything else?
They get repelled on the side.
So, motion to approve the amendment and prepare an order.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so Joanne will send you something to review.
All right.
Thanks, John.
Should be pretty straightforward.
Yep.
I appreciate your time as always.
See you with the bear talk.
Yeah.
Boy Scouts.
Guess we should continue, motion to continue to, when's our next meeting? To April 11th,
Yeah.
March 28th rather.
Say that again.
Motion to continue to March 28th.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Have a nice night.
Night.
Good job.
Okay, our next public hearing is a notice of intent, 10 Fox Run Drive, DEP file 100-0435.
Can't stay away.
Good evening. First order of business is the paperwork.
Okay. Hang on one second. I've got a lot. Yeah. This is my biggest challenge is keeping track of the important paperwork.
Okay. This is
The
the
most important.
yes, the fee for the advertising. Good. Check it out. And this is the certificate of mailing.
Yep.
The abutters notification.
Good.
Joanne has up on the screen, and as I also have on these boards. 10 Fox Run Drive is on the corner of Snake Hill Road and Fox Run Drive. It's a vacant house lot. It's adjacent to some town conservation land that Ridgeview Realty Trust deeded to the town several years ago. And the dog park is just to the north of that conservation land, just to give you some perspective. Epic Enterprises owns the land on the opposite side of Snake Hill Road. That's vacant land also. They have a well site which supplies water to their Pepsi operation in that area. This property is got a large area bordering vegetated wetland. The adjacent area on Snake Hill Road was reconstructed several years ago. There was improvements done to this road. There had been an old road here and it was modernized. When Fox Run Drive was built, there were utilities stubs left for some of the utility connections for this particular lot. This street has been accepted as a public way by the town. The proposed house would be tucked in a corner of the lot. Almost the entirety of the lot is within the buffer zone. The house site is positioned to be as far from the wetland as possible. And as with other lots in the Fingry Hill development, the developer is seeking to market several different house types. And as we learned last year going through the process with the commission prefers we simply show the most impactful house design, even though in this case, there are 4 other house designs that are less impactful that could possibly be proposed for this site. But we show the worst first, as they say. And in this particular case, using this so-called Andover house design, there really wouldn't be a backyard to speak of. We show, as has been our experience with the commission on other lots, a boulder road across the back. And we show locations for 3 signs for the commission's sign, the standardized sign now regarding there being a sensitive resource area beyond that barrier. The driveway would simply connect, short driveway connecting to Fox Run Drive, as all municipal utilities, so I'm not dealing with septic systems or well on the site. In this area, where we can position the trees far enough away from the house to be able to keep the roots outside of the foundation area, we're proposing some trees in between the boulder row. We view this area as the most likely area that would be used as perhaps a walkout yard area around the back of the house. And there's a level front area in front, be a walkout basement style house. And
where is that? Where's the walkout?
Walkout would be right along this side here.
That side, okay.
Yeah, we show the grading stepping down along the side of the house here. Included in your plan set are construction specifications and details. We outline on the first page some of the criteria that is appropriate for some of the other entities in town, like DPW. They're interested in the specifics of the sewer connection, but we do have a schedule on here for zoning purposes for the building department to show the setbacks of the structure complying with zoning. And we have a chart on here that indicates the impacts in the buffer zone. So we spell out on this chart the offset to wetlands, the amount of impervious coverage of the house and driveway, the amount of lawn area, and then the total area. On the second sheet, we provide our erosion and sedimentation control plan, stormwater pollution prevention plan, where we present the options or types of erosion control barriers that may be appropriate for use on the site, and specifications for construction sequencing, and specifically for placement of fill. Because in order to build up for the walkout basement, there would be some filling done along the front of the site to level it off with the roadway. And on the third sheet, we present the more specific construction details for things such as the sewer connections, the water connections, pavement, and even for the tree planting, utility trenches, and things of that nature. Pretty standardized details that we've presented to the board in the past for similar projects. And we demonstrate the commission will want to do a site visit, as it always does, and we're also sensitive to the fact that we have snow cover right now, so we're in no immediate rush to, we respect when it's appropriate for the commission to do that.
Okay.
I have a question about what is actually on the corner here.
That is a stormwater detention basin that was part of the subdivision roadway system. And it is located on the lot, but within an easement on the lot. It was basin number 9028
Okay.
for the subdivision.
And it has a overflow.
It has an outlet control structure right over here,
Okay.
which discharges to the northeast towards the wetland area. I should mention we show a double row of erosion control barriers around the perimeter of the work.
When DEP assigned the file number to this, they recommended that the wetland line be revisited, and there was a back and forth between you and the analyst,
Yes.
and Denise Child weighed in at the end of the back and forth and said that when the commission got out there to take a good look at it and decide whether it needed to be revisited or not.
Okay.
And as I don't know if Joanne shared with you the entire communication. You did. Okay, so I don't have to repeat everything that was said in it. But for the benefit of the audience, DEP issued a file number and stated that the delineation appeared to be the same delineation as the 1999 delineation, which flabbergasted us, frankly, because the delineation from 1999 was used in February 2005 for a notice of intent filed for this particular lot, and it was a different delineation. It only came back this far. The wetlands did not extend as close to Fox Run Drive as this did. And so we had an exchange back and forth, and then ultimately they indicated that, well, the flag numbers appear to be similar to the flag numbers that appear on the 2005 delineation. And so ultimately I explained that also if you look at the entire Woodland Way area, all of those flag numbers are very similar to those on the 2005 delineation. Delineations were done in 98, 99, as we've established on other lots and phases, infrastructure phases in that subdivision in the past. That was a very botched delineation, the 1999 delineation. It was done by the company ENSR from Acton, which I now believe is part of AECOM. It was done in December and January of 1998 and 1999. If you recall, that particular winter didn't have a lot of snow, but it had a lot of rain. And in the January of 1999 in particular, when they were doing their delineation, the Conservation Commission, George, you were on the commission at the time. Were you on for that one? Probably soon thereafter that.
Yeah.
Soon after that. The Conservation Commission approved the delineation, that delineation in the spring of, I'm sorry, this was 97, 98, not 98, 99, 97, 98. They approved it in the spring of 1998. And Tom Poole was chairman at the time. The commission never walked the site. Commission members indicated they had enough familiarity with the site and they were comfortable with the delineation. Well, subsequently, that was used as the basis for design, and it wasn't until pre-construction inspections began in the mid-2000s that the botched delineation was identified. And so in the summer of 2005, a brand new delineation was done by New England Environmental, by Julia Fisk. And George, you were with us in 2009 when Mr. Sneeringer from the Army Corps of Engineers accompanied us and walked the entire delineation on the whole 250 acres along with Julia Fisk. And then in 2014, Daisheng Wang was on board on the project. That was around the time that we submitted the ANRAD for the Woodland Way area, that we refreshed the wetland flags. The commission adjusted a few of the flags, requested that Daisheng come back and do some soil samples to fine-tune some flagging in a couple of spots. And so this delineation is following suit, very similar to the way we did Woodland Way, and Daisheng is prepared to do the same the commission sees any tweaking of any of these flags needed.
I had a phone call with Judy Schmitz, our circuit rider, since I wasn't here for any of this, and she said that we should just keep it in mind, take a good hard look, and ask for what we need to have happen.
Which is expected of any notice of intent,
Yeah.
because any notice of intent is subject to the interpretation and clarification of a wetland boundary. Incidentally, is it the same wetland boundary that's been in use for the Snake Hill Road order of conditions, which has been renewed repeatedly?
This was the lot that was offered to the town years ago.
Yes, in the mid-2000s, the property developer, Ridgeview Realty Trust, submitted applications to the Zoning Board of Appeals for use variances for several lots in this area. As you know, if you look on the plan, this lot is located in the light industrial zoning district. Single-family houses are not allowed there. Under a settlement agreement between the planning board and the developer in 2003, following a 4 years long lawsuit, the planning board and the developer came to agreement that for the lots in this light industrial area, they would be allowed to put in whatever was allowed by the ZBA. Whatever type of residential use would be allowed by the ZBA. So accordingly, the developer filed applications with the ZBA for each lot. The ZBA granted use variances for each lot, but the caveat for each of the lots on the Fox Run Drive area, and even I think a portion of Quail Run and a portion of Hay Meadow, was that the developer was to offer two lots, lots 109 and 114, this being lot 114, to the town of Ayer. So the developer did that, and it was presented to town meeting, and town meeting chose not to accept the gift. And so the developer contacted the town, and the town said, well, let's try it again. It was brought to town meeting again, and once again, the town decided we don't care to accept the gift. So this past year, the developer, working with the town manager and the town council, sought clarification on the status of these lots. And so the town manager issued a statement, which I believe is now on record at the Registry of Deeds, stating that the town has officially elected not to receive these lots, and that the developer is free to make use of them as he wishes. Which is one of the reasons why this lot has sat for so many years, when the rest of this particular street has been completed for more than 10 years.
Yeah.
Sort of wish he hadn't done that quite so fast, because I think when it was turned down both times, was the conservation land behind that? Had that been deeded over to the town yet?
I believe the second time it had been.
Stupid town meeting.
Anything else?
Sidewalk?
Oh.
So,
We'll have to wait. So
Yeah.
we'll continue to the next meeting.
I can't come to your meeting on the 28th.
Well, you don't need to come, we'll just.
But if you open it just to schedule a date, that's fine. Just let me know.
I know how to get a hold of you.
Great.
When we are out on site, can you have your wetlands person there with an auger?
Absolutely.
So motion to continue to March 28th.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Nice to see you.
Thank you for all the important people.
Okay, next item is discussion of enforcement order 0 Central Ave. John Hillier. Hello.
Good evening. Mr. Chairman, members.
Hi.
Thanks for having me.
Hello, hello.
How are you tonight?
Good. How are you?
Good, thanks.
Want to get an update on what's coming with that lot?
Yep. So GPR, I've met with them on 2 occasions now, again this morning actually. And so they're fully engaged to do what they need to in response to the enforcement order. They'll be proceeding.
Have you or they spoken with Mark Wetzel?
No, I don't think so. We've
Okay.
talked about the highway and the water, and and indicated to, and I indicated to GPR that I'm happy to look at that and work with the town in a way that we can maybe solve that
Multiple
problem as well.
problems.
Yeah. So,
Well, it might be a good idea to start that conversation before GPR gets too far down the road in
Yeah.
making plans.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'll talk to them. I'm sure we'll be meeting again within like 10, 14 days, something like that. So, and I can circle around with Mark too. I'm not sure where his, stormwater project is at this point.
And I don't know either, but involving him seems to me to be a good idea.
Yeah.
No, he's been very helpful.
Yeah, he's a get it done kind of guy.
Oh, absolutely.
Which is good.
It's true.
Anything else?
Okay.
Keep Joanne updated on whatever happens.
I will. Yeah, thank you. We've been emailing and that's great. Yeah. So
So if you're going to meet with them in 10 to 14 days, that's about the time of our next meeting. Who are you using over there?
GPR.
Which engineer?
So I met with Cal, and I've met with Doug. I think it's Doug Miller, and also with Kyle. So I think Kyle is maybe heading up the project, but we've been communicating through the office. So yeah, and they're great too. They're get it done. Yeah, they're on it. So. I certainly will keep you. I can certainly email you with any progress along the way, and we should. If you want to, I'm assuming you want to talk about the next agenda, maybe ahead of time to understand where we are with that. Is that?
Yeah, but I think we need to keep pushing on this so that something happens sooner.
So there is the topo survey is the starting point that we talked about. So, and I say 10 to 14 days without understanding what their schedule is, but any work they've done for me in the past has been, sort of in that realm. So it could go quicker. When I have a date, I can let you know when that's done. Okay.
So 12 to 14 days for them to come up with a plan, or roughly that's when you expect them to.
Yeah, I'm kind of guessing that that they have a plan and action within that time frame, and that we've got an agreement in place between us. So now it's just go. So but without understanding their schedule and pinning them down, I'm going on past history, I guess. So, yeah. So that's and they've they do what they need to do to respond to that. So.
Okay.
That's good.
Anything else?
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for coming.
No, thanks for your time. I appreciate it.
I'll check with you before the next meeting to see if you need to be on the agenda or not.
Sure, great. Good. All right, thanks. Thank you.
Good night. Good night.
Right.
All right. Next item, discussion of conservation site analysis recommendation to planning board for open space residential development off Shaker Road.
Alright, in the packet, you should have the beautifully amended by our clerk memo of kind of the narrative of our recommendations. And then the very colorful. My husband calls this the appendix plan because it has an appendix. And it's up on the board, but we can only scan that way, and there's no way to rotate it. So this has been given to the planning board, and they were very pleased to get it. I went to a few minutes to the planning board meeting the other night when John Boardman was there talking through the several different iterations of the plan for this land, and it does really look like they're going to be able to stay out of the 100-foot buffer, which is really
Did they make a final determination yet, or?
They haven't. I think there was some amount of back and forth among the planning board members about the shared driveways off the end of the proposed cul-de-sac. And also the continuation of the gravel road into the golf course, which is going to parallel the shared driveway for a time. So they're still trying to sort out that. They have not gone to definitive plan yet.
They're opposed to the shared driveway?
I couldn't really tell if they were or not. I think there was more concern about the lots that were going to be down in this part of the property where the houses are really very, very close to each other. They were talking some about making this an exclusive use area rather than having individual house lots. It would be sort of a single family condo kind of setup. So they still have a ways to go, I think, but they were very, very pleased with our recommendations.
And I had a question. It went.
It might be back.
I do remember because a couple times ago I went to their meeting, and I think one of the issues with the golf course driveway was they had at one point were suggesting it go off one of the shared driveways. This was several plans ago. But then there was some planning board resistance to having a non-private access to the golf course on a private shared driveway. So I don't know.
Yeah, I see why.
Yeah.
They have a lot to sort out.
Yeah.
It's a very complicated site. So before the meeting, I gave this newest graphic to John Boardman and asked him to calculate the area in green to see. He said, "Oh well, Oxbow had done the areas in red." He said, "Well, that's good, but the areas in green are smaller than the areas in red."
So you calculate the acreage.
Yeah. So I can't really tell, no matter how I squint, I can't really tell if that's 50% or not.
It's getting close, though.
I think it is close, but it's hard.
Yeah.
What did he think about the appendix?
He laughed. Yep. But he didn't say no. It's good.
All right. Anything else on that? Our next item, discussion of Kohler Place conservation restriction.
Kohler Place finally got sent to Misty Ann Merrill at
Natural Heritage.
Natural Heritage. And there was no way she could have it done for us today. I sent her Jess's comments and a little description of the places we were finding inconsistencies. She said she would absolutely have it sorted out by our next meeting.
Thank you. Has anybody else got any comments on it?
Well, I think all of us had noticed the inconsistencies of, yes, you can do this here, no, you can't do that there. It just has to be matched, but yeah.
Okay. We'll wait for a reply.
Just whipping along here.
I know.
Request for certificate of compliance, Lot 3 Orion Park Drive.
I still have not heard back from either the engineer or the owner, and I don't, I keep putting it on the agenda and continue. I don't think we can take it off the agenda until we do something about it. We have a certain number of days to issue one after they make the request.
Does that apply to COCs?
I think so. I'll double check, but I think it does.
Well, it doesn't hurt to leave it on there and just
Yeah.
keep having on the record they haven't gotten back to you.
Maybe if we send them a letter formalizing that we can't do anything until.
Yeah, well, I can try that.
You're still trying to just get access, right?
Oh
to be
no,
able
I have access in quotation marks. As long as I don't gain any weight, I can squeeze through the fence.
Okay.
That's unlocked at the top, but pinned in the ground at the bottom. And I've been back there twice. There's fencing all over the place, and none of the fencing has any conservation restriction signs on it. And the owner says, I haven't been back there for 30 years, I have no idea. And he says to the engineer, I thought you checked this all out. And so that's kind of where it is.
Yeah.
There are definitely no conservation restriction signs. And lots of fencing.
Yeah. Okay. Request for COC 25 Robbins Road.
We might be able to get those next week if the temperature stays up and we get some rain.
Yeah.
The lawyers did ask again, and I said, the ground's still white. But maybe this week.
Yeah. Okay. Says 100-73, 92, and 126.
Yep.
We're going to be out early tonight, maybe.
No.
Never mind.
Yeah,
I just cursed it.
yeah. Look what's next.
Look too soon.
No, it's bylaw. I'm hoping to start having draft material maybe by our next meeting, but definitely by the meeting after that.
Anything we need to discuss tonight?
No, because I think I'm about to get my head in, and then I'll just produce something, and then you can all hack away at it, and we'll get public input eventually, and hack away at that, and take things out, put things in, move things around. But
Good.
Were you starting fresh from like a blank sheet of paper, or were you using the one that had been out there a year or so ago and looking to modify from that? I don't remember.
if we can find that one.
Well, I just after talking to George, I just had Cindy take that one down off the website because it has caused some confusion.
Okay.
And I started to look for where else it might exist, and then got distracted.
Yeah.
So I will find the old bylaw.
I probably have one that I had marked up at one time. You could unmark up my markups,
okay.
probably.
Yeah, that would be good.
So I think the one that was on the website was somebody's markup. It had red text
Okay.
on it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's mine.
Okay, well, if you find that, if you could send
Yeah, I'll
it.
send it.
Yeah.
I'll send it along to everybody.
Yep.
Okay.
So-
Anything else?
Coming attraction.
Okay. Discussion on weed treatments.
Not really a discussion per se, but on Actually, Joanne has stuff, right?
I have stuff.
Okay.
So in your packet, let's see, go through the DEP, go through Attorney Thomas Gibbons.
Warrant article?
Go to the warrant article. All right, so April 12th is the drop dead day for having a warrant article written and submitted and approved to Robert. And he asked that we send a placeholder to him at, oh, this is kind of exciting, at the first department head meeting that I got to attend. I've been acting as a department head, but now I'm invited to the table,
Yeah.
which was a great meeting. It was very good. So I sent him less than what you have here. I looked up the last warrant article from last Springtown meeting, and the text I just copied and just dropped again here, again as a placeholder. And it talks about $20,000 being the amount. I talked to Lisa about what we've got in an account that could be used for weed control, which is just over $30,000. And because we have to spend it at both ends of the fiscal year, she said, well, if you've got 30 and over the next 2 years you're going to need a total of 50, if you ask for 20 more, that would give you.
Except we're using 25 this year for the upcoming treatment.
But we've got 32
Right. So that'll take that down to 7.
thereabouts. I didn't do the math out, except to know that 32 and 20 is 52. And if we have 2 rounds at 25 apiece.
Yeah. See, I'd rather ask for at least 25. It's just to have that in there. Because if we found at the end of this treatment year, say something needed much more treatment for the following year, we wouldn't have those funds in the account. If it went over 25, we wouldn't have it in there, and then so it would be hard to sign a contract without guaranteed funds because we'd have to wait for the following.
She is, of course, being conservative.
Lisa?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know that she's the best strategist for our purposes. So I don't know. If this was just Lisa's idea, I'd probably rather go to the 30,000 we initially discussed. Particularly if we down the road start trying to consider mechanical harvesting as an option. But what do you think, George?
Yeah. We need to have a more is better than less. Yeah.
Also, if there was pushback at town meeting, you can go down at town meeting, you can't go up. So 30,000 would give us, if we needed to negotiate downward a little bit there, we'd have the room, but if we were at 20,000, we'd be screwing ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay. The other thing I noticed in reading the actual warrant article, the last line says, for the purpose of the aquatic weed control of all the town's ponds.
We could just say of the town's ponds, of select town ponds. Select ponds in the town.
I don't know.
Which other ones are done?
Well, we don't do Grove Pond, or Plowshop Pond, or Walsh Pond, or Long Pond, or Spectacle Pond.
So none? So none,
Well, we do,
besides the three?
yeah,
Yeah,
Flanagan, Sandy, and Pine Maple.
yeah.
So
Spectacle
it
gets,
doesn't really, it's not all towns.
No.
Well, we used to put in just for specific ponds. The problem was if there was money left over the following year, we wanted to do another pond. It would cause problems. So that's why we said all, we could say any town ponds.
Just take out the all. Weed control of the town's ponds.
Yeah.
Just take the all out. And
Okay. All right, so we'll take out all and make 2030.
and then Robert wanted us to do an official vote on the 30 that we're making the request, so that then he puts it in as this, they had an official vote.
Okay.
And I'm confused on the dates. I don't get the dates. Funds are to be spent by June 2023.
Well, so last year's warrant article said June 30th, 2022. So I just added a year.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what she's doing by saying, are we being so conservative on the amount?
Is it such that, so we have the funds at least until then. If we don't use them, it's not like they take them away from us next year. So that's the only reason. Okay, it's created kind of a buffer. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
If they tried to take them away because they weren't used, we could always have a warrant article asking to extend it, right? Currently designated funds. Might mess up the accountant, but
So I guess the question I would have is, what funds do we still have that potentially will expire? Does anybody know?
Well, presumably the funds that we have in here, the 32,000, are good through 2022. Because this is the money we got at last town meeting.
yeah.
Was there any that we had in the account before last town meeting?
Yes, there were lots of little piles of money in from various town meetings, from various,
I think she does use
the oldest,
August 1st?
most expiration ready. And we've
First in,
cleaned,
first out,
we've cleaned all that up.
hopefully? Yeah.
You would hope.
Do we need
So-
confirmation of that or no? We're good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything else?
We'll have to do that vote.
Motion to submit a warrant article in the amount of $30,000 for weed control.
So move.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Conservation Office updates.
Just on that, so you're going to submit the revised there, and I'll send Robert an email as clerk saying we officially voted.
Sure.
Okay. Oh, give you.
Updates, oil spill, I got email from the folks at Omni saying that they are completely cleaned up and out of there. And have gone from the remediation inspections to the post-remediation inspections. They created an inspection form that's been filled out for the first time. And I still have some questions about what happens when they find something that's out of kilter. In some cases, there's an action that corresponds with the discovery of something, and in some cases there isn't an action. And I asked Paul to look at it, and he's not yet gotten back to me on that. So,
Has he billed us for anything yet?
yes, but not lately. So, in your packet, you have notice of audit findings. So the time I called DEP and said, this looks a little interesting, they sent somebody out. Who weeks and weeks and weeks later sent this notice of audit findings that says everything is fine. But it was good. Good that they went out.
So they had had a couple cells down near the wetland crossing that hadn't been done. Now those are done now?
No, those are still not done. No, they took the plans back to the shop and they just have to wait for spring. So I was out there the other day, Tuesday, I think, and this is a picture of my shadow from the very muddy wetland crossing looking into the brook. So the last time Paul and I were out there, this condition here was, this looks like a lot of fine mineral soil. It's like the mineral component of the new replacement soil is washing out. And we saw a little bit of it kind of here and there. There's an awful lot of it now in this. The whole bottom of the brook is covered with it. And so I sent Paul this picture today and said, if you have any ideas on this or would like to come up and see it, I think we need to talk. And of course, the whole site is just completely covered with snow, and you can't see anything except snow. But I'm a little worried about this.
Some big heavy rain event's gonna wash it down.
Yeah, and I didn't have time or the right shoes to go all the way into the woods down below Trevor Trail to see if this is piling up at the utility lines, but I suspect it is. So after this weekend, I will get the big boots and go down there and see what I can see. The other thing I noticed was, did I not? Oh, rats. Looking towards the foundation that's on the other side of this crossing, there's a gigantic pile of soil that's not covered and is under superseding orders. And I think what I need to do is send a photo to Denise, and she might need to take a ride. So that's life at the oil spill. Ice House Partners. Lisa tried to record our paper-saving double-sided extension order and orders, and the registry said nope.
I mean, she went there in person?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I looked up on the registry website, never expecting that I would find what I found. Everything has to be single-sided unless you submit it electronically. And if you submit electronically for recording, you have to have an account with an intermediary company who handles the document and the money, which isn't something when you do this once every 5 years that you have any reason to set up. So I now have single-sided versions for you all to re-sign.
Okay.
Or something. And she gave me back the ones that you had already signed, and I'll destroy those.
Got a shredder.
We have a shredder. She's gonna come pick this up tomorrow.
Wait, what is this?
That's the order.
Okay.
The first one was the extension,
Oh, okay.
because we'd signed two things for her. So Bonnie signed the first one, and she's not here to sign this one. Does that?
That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Nobody else has a copy of it yet, do
No.
There you go.
they? Just makes you wonder about all the other people that are supposed to be filing these things.
Well, I know. And, you know, I get from attorneys' offices, I get proof of recording. I'm sure they have an intermediary account set up. I think it's been a long time since we've actually done one of these for a person. Yeah, it does make you wonder. All right. Air Green Residences, the 40B proposed, is having, the Board of Selectmen is having a special meeting the 27th at 6 p.m. just to talk about the friendly 40B aspect of this project. And we are all invited to attend.
That was the
27th.
Any luck on Beth's question?
I did talk to Judy while I had her on the phone about Steve's wetland line, and she couldn't imagine that would be the case, that you can't. She said if that were true.
Oh,
Since-
see, you say what Beth asked first.
Beth is concerned about us issuing a permit for the construction of a roadway into the 40B in an ACEC.
Crossing a wetland, I think.
Well, this does cross a wetland. Beth's concern wasn't about that. It was just anything, in Beth's opinion, anything other than the driveway to a single-family house is not allowed to be permitted in an ACEC. And Judy said, well, if that were the case, the entire Cape is in an ACEC. And so unless our particular ACEC has specific language in it to that effect, then Judy couldn't imagine any case where a limited project, which this would likely be a limited project, would be that you would be able to permit a roadway into a limited project in an ACEC, unless the ACEC specifically prohibited it. And I wrote Beth a note saying, oh, well, I've talked to DEP and they don't share your concern, basically.
Have you heard that?
No. Yeah. So for the database draft, we got a very nice, elegant looking draft back from the programmer. And I am still in the process of making sure it is as we would like it to be before she gives us a price on making it so. Mobile 311 is the...
Joe, so on the database, so in the database, you'll be able to attach documents to it, like
Yep.
PDFs, JPEGs, whatever, everything can be right attached to that.
And she also said, the programmer also said, there's a certain file format that if an engineer, say, returns a completed notice of intent in this certain file format, it would populate the database automatically. But I don't know what file format that would sound like something a citizen would know to do, but it was a...
CSV.
Could be. That's the comma separated.
Right.
Yeah,
Maybe.
maybe.
Okay. That's good.
Mobile 311 is the work order management system that DPW uses to keep track of all the work that they do. And I had been talking to Cindy about maybe developing an app for my inspections, because right now I don't really have a consistent way of collecting data on my inspection trips. And we got into the various reasons why that wasn't a good idea. She said, but you know, DPW has this mobile 311, maybe if you go find out how to use it, you could adapt that for your inspections, because DPW has to then inspect their own work or somebody else's work. So I had a nice long visit with Dan yesterday, who showed me both the desktop version and the app. And I'm not sure. There is a way to collect photos in it, but I don't think even he, as the administrator of it, can customize it to the extent where it would actually be super useful. There's a big comments box, and I could just type things in the comments box, but I do that in our log already. So I'm still thinking about that. But I would like to have some consistent way to be able to, just even DeShang sort of does it by hand. He sets up a table. So this is. I just have to finish thinking this through. If anybody has any ideas, I'm all ears.
So the database that you're putting together, you're covering that, so you'll be able to pull in COC, you'll be able to pull in notice of intent. What about inspections? Was that in the database proposal?
But when Dan and I were talking yesterday, George had suggested, maybe this mobile 311 could talk to the database and
the mobile 311 is basically a database with just something stuck on the front end so that people can look at it, right? So, yeah, ask about that.
Yeah.
See if they say, hey, I got an amendment I want to do to that database. Can we do this?
Or if you had a form in a database, just like any other form, if that software got automatically populate.
Yeah, like this checklist again here, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you create something that is what you're interested in, that they can layer into that database for you. And you can say, as long as you get access to the Mobile 311, you can have that up on a screen and being, okay, I got to go out and check this out. And like you said, if you can get at the link, great. If not, at least you can just hard code back from what that is, and then you can fill in your inspection report.
I'm just not sure that, I was looking at so Mobile 311 works by buttons a lot, at least on the phone. It works.
Okay.
It works by buttons, and Dan can, as the admin, he can, he could add a button for conservation. Right now they have like a sewer button and a water button and roads button and streetlights. I just don't know that he can fine tune it enough that it's actually useful for my purpose.
Like you said right now, 311 is a work management system, right? So it's basically work orders of all the stuff they got to fix.
Mm-hmm.
And so the sewer button that they check off on that does what exactly? It says that somebody from the sewer came and looked at this, or?
Well, so this is GIS driven.
Yeah.
And all the sewer connections, the street lights, the water connections are all geolocated on GIS.
Okay.
And so you can navigate your way to that sewer connection.
Okay.
And click on it, and it brings up the work order, problem, who was sent to fix it,
Yep.
the time, and then when it gets fixed and the guys are back at DPW, they go onto their desktop
Yep.
and write in what they did and that it's been completed.
Okay. And then after that's completed, it should trigger a requirement for you to go out and do an inspection, I assume. Maybe?
I don't know.
Or not everything?
I don't know. I may have to go back down it again after this sifts through my head. It seemed easier to learn how to develop an app, and then I could get exactly what it was that I needed. But I guess there's intellectual property problems with that. So Cindy said, nah, we're not going to do that.
But they already have an app, you said, because the folks in the field are already using an
Oh,
app.
yeah. The app that goes with Mobile 3.
Can they just give you a username to that, so you have that app at least?
Well, they can. They
Okay.
can give me a conservation button and make it so I can get in there. I'm just not sure once I do get in there if it's going to be useful to me.
I don't know if it needs to be a conservation button. I'm just thinking it's just like any other worker that would have that app. You would just have the access to it, be it read-only or whatever.
Yeah.
But even if it came to the point where, yeah, like you said, I guess, yeah, you could, after you've gone through and looked at it, you could hit your radio button and click it and say, yep, I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
If that's how they're utilizing it, the buttons are just their requirements.
Yeah. But if he can't program it to say, pre-construction meeting, erosion controls in place,
Yeah.
properly, DEP sign hanging in the tree, orders on site.
Yep.
If I have to just type that all in, that's not useful to me.
Yeah.
If I had just little buttons I could click, if I could link to the weather, if I could geolocate myself, that would be useful and time saving. Anything else, I might as well just continue doing it by hand.
Done an app search?
Yes, and I've tried to find even just a form, an app to make a form, and I can't find. I might not be looking in the right realm. And you know, there are 350 other conservation agents who have to keep track of this somehow. And under the electronic resources on the MACC website, I can click other towns' paper inspection forms. So maybe that's where we are. Maybe that's the state of the art.
Take the paper form and give it to whoever the admin guy was and just say, I need to be able to click off every one of these items. Create me a page in the mobile app, in the mobile 311, and on that page I can, you know, like you said, pre-construction conditions, all checked off.
Yep.
During construction conditions and then post-construction inspection.
Yep.
You can create those 3 little tabs with be it a drop down or whatever, and then a free form to at least be able to say, this is not done correctly, please fix.
Yeah.
Oh, that might. Because at least with the form from the other town, you can say, this is kind of what I need to look for.
Right.
Yeah.
And he'll either be able to do that or not.
Yeah.
And that's a good idea.
You might say, I don't have a week to do that.
Yeah.
But who knows? It shouldn't be that difficult.
Well, it was really nice of him to take the time to set it up. They have a big screen in their conference room too, and so he had the cable and going back and forth between the phone and the desktop, and it was very good.
Well, I'm just withholding my input.
Are you? Thank you. I think.
High-tech stuff, databases.
Well, it's going to come to this.
I'm aging out of that system.
Well, and I was telling George the other night that the thing about the database, if we use our senior work-off Wonder Woman gene to scan our documents into the database, we then have to eliminate the paper. We can't keep the paper.
Who said that?
Cindy.
Isn't there something though with DEP we can't, I mean, in terms of state, what records can or cannot be destroyed, paper records? That might not be true.
Well, I think it's true if we want to use Jean. If Cindy's paying for this out of her budget, I think there are departments in town hall where it doesn't matter. But if we have a requirement to keep our paper documents,
I think we do for certain records. So years ago I went to a public records thing. There is a whole process for how you get rid of records. It's not easy.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, this is all going to sort of get put on the shelf when spring comes and get busy again. This is kind of a good winter intellectual project. Whether anything comes of it or, it's just a thought project. All right, so there's that. This beautiful thing is the officially approved open space plan. The letter came in the mail today, and here it is. And we should celebrate because it's a nice plan. It's a nice, readable, mostly plan, and the goals and objectives are also reasonable, and we've accomplished quite a few of them in the process of getting the plan put together.
Looks quite official.
This is
Yes, we sprung for the nicer paper too.
Was that 20-pound ball?
24 maybe? Yeah.
Good job, everybody.
So this,
Good job, Al Fireman and Joanne getting it across the finish line.
and you know what? This letter says, "Dear Mr. Kristoff."
Jeez.
Joanne Kristoff, Conservation Commission. Dear Mr. Kristoff. Yeah. Can't really. So that was huge, just huge. Town meeting warrant article, we're done. The sign production, we have in your packet, there's a quote from Mass Corps for making 100 of our very visible, beautifully designed signs at $1,012 delivered.
Ooh, I like that. Free delivery.
Yes.
By drone. So, silly question, but do we have a place to store these? Like, how many is 100?
Can't be that many.
No, it can't be. We have
A little bit bigger than a bread box, right?
We have file cabinet space and shelf space.
Okay.
Yeah.
When it comes to using them or get reimbursed by the, one question is, do we want to add tag on a
Processing fee.
processing fee?
Well, we should incorporate the design work
Yeah.
into this when we divide it out. Yeah, handling.
Sometimes it's a nice round number.
$15 a piece. Whatever that. It's a $5 handling fee.
It's cheap, you know? What it is, it lasts forever.
Yeah.
We have to put them every foot on that property, sir. They need to touch.
You could make them into garlands.
You know, if you
Oh, yeah, that'd be
did
really
them
nice.
across, you did them across and then like eight deep, you could have a nice new fence.
There's the wall.
Yeah.
Yes.
The applicant will pay for it.
So Kim is the one handling this end with Mass Corps, and which is very nice of her. And Steve at Mass Corps just needs approval before he can start production. And they're in the process of getting busy, so the sooner we approve this, the more likely we will actually get them in 5 to 6 weeks.
So, is there a motion to order 100 signs?
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That's very exciting.
Yeah.
Good.
There, it's done.
Do we need to, like we just talked about the 15, do we need to like vote on like what should we charge as we go forward? Should we need to do that or will we play that out?
When we get the bill.
Okay.
So this is going to live on the bookshelf in the office. It's been, there's a copy at the town clerk's office, in Robert's office, in the town planner's office. Al Futterman has one. We have one.
Library.
I ordered 6, so no, there's not one at the library. But we could get another one if you think. Are the other plans at the library?
I don't think so.
We're gonna put it on the website. I have the PDF of this.
Okay.
And the last thing I have is a request from Calvin Moore by way of his attorney Tom Gibbons to have us sign this affirmation that you should have in your packet somewhere. So George, between talking to you about this on Tuesday and today, because I was leaving yesterday, I was parked in the little parking lot on the other side of the street, and this big black SUV backed into the parking lot right next to me. And I thought, this is weird, and the window came down. There was Calvin smiling. He said, "Did you talk to George about that?" I said, "Yes, and we're going to talk about it at the commission meeting," because I said, "Can't you just have your LSP say this? Why does it need to come from the commission?" He said, "Oh, well, that was a good idea." And so Calvin wants to sell Lot 8 on Nashua Street Extension, which is the first lot on the right going down the hill, that is not impacted by the oil spill cleanup at all, but it's adjacent to property that is. And the attorney for the buyer of Lot 8 is very concerned. And so Tom Gibbons sent this language to Calvin, who sent it to me. Calvin also supplied me with a copy of the order, which doesn't have Lot 8 on it. Lot 8 is not one of the parcels. And so we have to decide what to do. It's not going to come up on a title search because this order doesn't cover Lot 8. So
Does it come up because it previously was connected based on the original law? So you might
Well, it's just
pick
the
that up.
proximity, right?
yeah.
Well, George, it's your signature.
Well, I thought you had a good point the other night, George, when you said, you know, when we affirm anything.
Yeah.
What was the rest of it?
Just not happy you're affirming anything. I think with a little rewording, we can send them something.
Okay.
Can I see your
Whoa, hang glider No, we can look up the parcels are on the first page of the order. And we can look those up really quickly. All right, let's see. All right, so this is lot 8, it's 13-43, and I don't think that's listed at the bottom of the order.
No.
So, I think 1342 is on there, 1312, 12150. That's probably maybe this one. But if lot 8 isn't listed on the order, 1343, why do we have to affirm that it's not covered by the order? Because it's not covered by the order.
Right.
Yeah.
Is it part of the superseding order?
It probably is.
Okay.
And that would be a good thing to remind Calvin too, actually. Well, do you want me to just talk to him again and
See if he's gonna do something, and in the meantime, I'll start scribbling something and
okay,
finalize it on Tuesday.
okay. Well, that's all I've got.
Oh, one other thing. So we had that email from Mark Wetzel about the Stormwater Committee.
Oh yes, Stormwater Committee. Did you see that?
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
So he's looking for someone from this commission to serve on the stormwater committee.
so, yeah, he was a member of the Conservation Commission and or department staff.
And or.
Okay. Probably good to have one of us.
Yeah. He volunteers.
Is it a daytime thing?
Well, it will be a daytime thing if it's just staff, and it will be an evening meeting if it's commission member.
Took a while for that to sink in.
It's getting late.
I guess he said it's once a month, and I can't see that as it goes along, it's gonna meet that often.
I agree.
I think that's why Bonnie didn't come today.
Oh, so she's on the stormwater committee. That's what happens when you don't come to a meeting.
Wasn't she on it anyways? A while ago?
Yeah, I think so.
There you go.
So actually, we shouldn't take any action until we
Reaffirm with her that
reaffirm with her that
she wants to be removed.
Okay.
Kick it down the road.
kick that can.
Good catch on that, Jess.
Okay.
Oh, and then did you wanna?
No, I haven't finished figuring that out.
The animal activity at the end of Rosewood Avenue culvert. Did you see that in the?
Yes.
The only question I have before you go figuring it out
Yeah.
more is,
Is it the part where they say they put the culvert in for the convenience of the town?
yeah, although we agreed to install the culvert and did the big beaver fence as a courtesy, we have to defer to the town. Do you remember? I mean, that culvert wasn't going in because of the town.
Well,
it was going in to access the solar field.
Yeah, so I did get as far today as looking up.
Is this the one we went and looked at? Is this the one we went and looked at?
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Getting close. Where is it?
Here. Nothing here.
So, so this must be the road right of way, this circle right here. This is Calvin on this side, this is Calvin on this side. But right where the culvert is town, and the fence, the little beaver fence, it is on town property.
But that whole order of conditions for installing the culvert was the solar
Yeah,
thing, and then the town was piggybacking onto it, agreed to it because it was an opportunity to drain the
swamp.
swamp and gain access to a sewer pipeline. But
So now it comes back to bite us, that just doesn't seem nice.
Well, I mean, even if it is the town, it's DPW, it's not us.
Yeah.
So if they want action taken, then they need to do something.
Well, the photos that came with this email show the beaver fence piled up like we saw it last, but as you're facing it from the culvert, there's water flowing over the left-hand side of the fence like it was last time we were out there. So it doesn't look any worse than it did. But Mike Callahan from Beaver Solutions has gone ahead and put together quotes for a beaver deceiver for trapping and disposing of up to 6 beavers.
Solve anything.
Yeah. And there's like
But wasn't there a more costly beaver deceiver?
it suggested $2,600.
Well, anyway, I think George is right that they should be contacting DPW.
And Mark Russell said he was gonna pay for everything down there.
Okay.
All we did was do an order for doing work that Air Solar One wanted to do for their solar array, and the town wasn't opposed to because of the sewer line access. Ain't our problem. George is right.
All right. Is that it, Jess?
Member updates? Mark?
I got nothing.
Jess?
Nothing.
Any committee updates? CPC?
The open space and recreation plan was, that wasn't that. CPC, we're just reviewing the firehouse renovations, that's all we're working on at the moment.
Okay.
And
So I guess Calvin's big movie set deal, then something's going to be filmed at the fire station for weeks and weeks and weeks.
Stephen King thing.
Yeah.
It fell through?
Yeah. Through. We picked another location.
That's right.
Did they not like the fact that ours flooded out in the back too much?
Oh no, this historic fire station.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It probably, Alan said they probably didn't like the fact that the building was still so filled with asbestos and lead paint.
Makes it real.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Atmospheric comes with hazards, you know.
The actors don't have to fake dying.
They don't,
It's always useful.
they don't have to put the liability out there for the Screen Actors Guild.
All right, if there's nothing else, then next item is executive session.
Can I ask a question?
Can I stop you?
So we have been previously going into executive session and then coming out of it in order to adjourn from the regular session. But we can also word it so that we go into executive session and adjourn at the conclusion of the executive session.
Both sessions.
Yeah, you want to just keep doing it the way we've been doing
I don't know, we can't. I don't see it affect anything other than your minutes.
it? And I just cut and paste.
Yeah.
So